welcome to the Balking Dead. I'll be rocking out too. And if you don't know
Hell yeah.
already, guys, there's no sleep for the fucking wicked. Go on over to Prize Picks, where this show is sponsored by. Use promo code Pub Sports. First $100 match deposit on your first $100 deposit. And if you already use yours, go use your wife or your girlfriends, bro. Help us out, help you out, and
Yeah.
yeah, get some money. I'm your host with the most, and on Sundays we got fucking C-Mac with the pack, bro. How you doing today, my guy?
I'm good, my guy. Yesterday was pretty good. Some good plus money. The Marlins came through. So it was a little average day. Today's been all right too. I didn't want to go crazy today. I didn't really love the card too much, but there's a few things we're gonna get into
But I
today.
heard there's a few home run props though that you wanted to touch on real quick before we get to this one game.
Facts, my guy. Thank you for reminding me to do that. I was gonna hit it anyways. We mentioned it last time I was here last week. Sharpie, real quick, these are on the 1 o'clock games. We're gonna get into the Sunday Night Baseball and the Prize Picks. One thing they don't have Jackson. Don't get to talk about him too much. To the start of this year, but Ty France, he got it home last week. Sharpie, and they're still hanging over 500s here, plus 550 for him. I think he's a guy to look in that game. The Dodgers game, there's a slew of, and no numbers are good because Betts, all these guys are under 400. Even Chris Taylor, he's 2 for 5 with the homers, only plus 390. So not great numbers. One guy, he was, I believe, 2 for 7 with a jack that was decent price, was Bellinger. He's got a couple of homers. 2 for 7 with a homer. You can get him plus 550. I thought that was the one look. And going to the Padres, just touch on a guy. Machado's 8 for 30 with 3 bombs off Kershaw. Their average isn't great. They're at 227, but he has given up the long ball. It's been his big problem. But I wouldn't take him either. He's plus 370. That's up to you guys. I mean, that's just not the price I'm too interested in. But a guy I look at maybe that you want to throw just a couple bucks on, Eric Hosmer. He's 11 for 36. I know it's lefty on lefty, but he's pretty good. He came through finally with his first homer. I took him a few times early in the year, but I just think you're getting such great value on him. You can slide a few bucks for him. You can get a plus 750 or even 8-1 in some spots. So just a few in these day games that are going to pop off here in about 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so.
Well then, dude, yesterday man got that JP Crawford plus 900.
Oh, beautiful,
Woo!
beautiful.
Woo!
I've hit him a couple
Yeah.
times last year. Yeah, phenomenal.
This year it's been hot, bro. I've been looking for the offers. You give me you're on a hitting streak, you got nice numbers, and you got the offer the day before. It's like the holy moly.
Well, real quick, Justin Turner's the guy I wanted. He had pretty good numbers. Like I think he's like 3 for 5 with a homer, but he's plus 360 today. And I don't think he has a homer yet, Justin Turner for the Dodgers. I
See,
know
a
Trey
lot of
does.
these, not like
Yeah,
you with the plus four. You're the one who got me looking at only plus 400 or better, anyways. But I'll then look
yeah.
at the two bases then and get the plus money
hmm
that way. So
Oh
even
yeah,
if they do get a home run, I get my money. Like,
I agree. Totally agree. Like we talked about Freeman. He was due. He came through, and then
you
then he
called
started
that
opening up,
one.
hit a homer and another homer the next day. He had a couple there. So yeah, for sure. You don't always have to go homer here, like Sharpie just mentioned. Get plus 150 on these guys. Just get over 1.5 bases or hits, whatever, however you want to talk about it. Yeah, and it'll get you paid.
Well, let's talk about this Sunday night game, guys. Primetime ESPN. We got Brewers and Phillies. Eric Lauer versus Aaron Nola, my fucking candy cane. Eric Lauer, guys, he's going up against the Phillies, who are seventh in walk percentage, 18th in strikeout percentage at 22%, number one average, number one OPS versus left-handed pitching this year. Eric Lauer, last year's home away splits were about the same. Day night splits, he was a run and a half worse at night. So right now you're getting Eric Lauer going up against the number one left-handed hitting team, and he's worse at night and he's worse on the road, and he is on both those spots. Lauer versus the Phillies, though, on the other hand, last year was 1-1 with a 1.38 ERA and two starts, with two quality starts, going 6 innings plus in both starts, guys. 2 runs or less, so better than a quality start. So take that into mind. Even though this team is humming, he had their number last year. His K prop is at 6 plus 124, and on Prize Picks is at 4.5. So there is value in the juice if you're a juice hunter. 5 plus is minus 209, and that's what they're giving you on Prize Picks. I wouldn't want to be looking at his strikeout props preferably. I'd be looking at that fantasy score. It's at 22.5, guys. Like I'd be looking at that fantasy score. It's at 22 and a half, and he averaged over 40 versus this team last year. Like, what the fuck? Shouldn't it be up a little higher, man? I mean, yes, they're smacking lefties, but on the other hand, he has the elite back end of the bullpen, even though I am afraid of Williams, but Hader is elite. So if he does get that quality start like he has been getting, then it should be another win and gives him an extra 10 points towards his fantasy score. So would be looking at his fantasy score if I was to play me some Lauer. What type of bats you looking at, my guy, Connor?
Let's get into it. These are my two plays I'll get into in just one second, but let's break it down. You talked about this is not an easy game. We just mentioned Sunday Night Baseball. You either see kind of a dead nets under, or you can see a lot of hitting. It all depends. And these teams are so up and down. You don't know what you're going to get. The Brewers struggle to hit, which we'll get into next. We're talking Phillies here. Phillies can hit a little bit, but pitching hasn't been good. Bullpen's not good. They're not good defensively. Kind of a sloppy team. You talked about a 305 off lefties. They haven't been too great off Lauer, like you talked about. 11 for 54. They're only at 204 off him. Harper's 3 for 8 with a homer. Real Muto. These are the guys I stayed off on Prize Picks today. Real Muto is 1 for 11. I took Castellanos here. He's over 1.5 hits and walks. I think he can get that tonight. Reese Hoskins was 2 for 4, but other than that, a lot of offers, all offers for the rest of the lineup here through all these guys. Schwarber, everybody. I don't want lefty on lefty. So it was a little difficult, and I'll get into why I'm going to use these two guys. We'll touch on it at the very end when I get to the bet. Big Show bring it up at the end. But I don't want any Brewers, which we'll get into, which we'll see if they can score some runs today. They are a little bit better against righties, but not too much. They're just dreadful against lefties. So interesting matchup here. Lauer with decent numbers. Phillies first in the league. You talked about 305 average, 6 homers. They have 9 homers, more homers off righties, but a way better average, only 241 off righties, 305 off lefties. So we'll see if the Phils can get it done. And that's what I'm banking on the Prize Picks today. You mentioned go there, throw a hundo to match you with a hundo. I'm looking to these. And I get into at the very end, I'm going to get into why I might be on some unders because I think this game could be low scoring. But in the Prize Picks, I'm not getting 2.5s. And these 1.5s are half base. It's just these guys got to go over. I almost pulled the trigger on a few of those. But I'll get into the numbers with the Brewers. That's why they only have 3 or 4 guys, Sharpie, that you can get to, Prize Picks. So you got to kind of be picky on who you want to take.
Yeah, and also I wasn't looking at any bats either, but I did see that they already had their lineup out and they stacked their lineup for lefties. Like they put Schwarber towards the back because he's a lefty and they load up. So I mean, this team is on paper says damage, but Sunday Night Baseball leans to the under, guys, and you got to take that in at times. Like these games go to the under, like you were saying. So this could be a super well pitched ball game, even though the numbers say the other opposite of the end. Let's get into Aaron Nola, though. Going up against the Brewers, who are 16th in walk percentage, number 6 in strikeout percentage versus righties at 24%, 18th average, 12th OPS. So, like Connor was saying, dude, they're not really hitting the ball, but if they do get a hold of it every now and again, they're hitting it for some power, guys, but middle of the fucking pack, nothing to be fucking writing home about. And Aaron Nola is a pitcher to write home about. His home road splits are drastic. He had a home last year of 386 and an away of 527, a day of 408 and a night of 4.97. So a little bit run worse at night, but he is dominant at home, guys. And it's because he's my candy cane. If you turn into this goddamn show, you know why that I call him my candy cane. Aaron Nola's stats are better. His strikeouts go up when he's at home because he has a white jersey with red pinstripes. The ball is white with red. He doesn't hide the ball well, so on the road he gets hit worse. At home, the ball's a little harder to pick up. The spin rate's a little harder to pick up. If you played the game of baseball and you're in the batter's box and you're looking for a breaking ball, you're looking for that spin, that red circle, and it's a circle that it shows you. If you can't pick that circle up, it's harder to tell it's a breaking ball, guys. And with his fucking color of his jersey, it is harder to pick it up. So we'll get into why I'm looking at his strikeout props, but 2 games last year, he went 5 innings plus in each start versus the Brewers. He had 10 strikeouts at home and 6 on the road. 10 strikeouts at home, 6 on the road. So once again, that's going to be something we're going to take advantage of here with Prize Picks because Candy Cane is at home tonight, guys. They have his strikeout prop at 7 plus at my bookie at minus 130, 6.5 on Prize Picks. So there's value in juice and value in a guy who's better at home and his strikeout numbers go up in home. Let's take in the fact that the Phillies have the 30th bullpen in the league. They need to ride Nola longer than he needs to, guys. He's going to be put out there longer than he should be because how bad this fucking bullpen is. So I expect Nola to go 6 innings. Good or bad run wides, I don't care. I see 7 strikeouts, and we're going to take that 6.5 strikeouts on Prize Picks and not worry if he doesn't have his shit today because we know he brings his freaking lunch pail in his hard hat with his strikeouts. So that's what I'm looking at with him, guys. They do have his fantasy score at 27.5. I have him pegged for 30 plus. So if you're looking at either which way you want to run it, I just think there's more value in a strikeouts where he could have 9 plus. So give me my Candy Cane when he's at home. What type of bats you looking at?
Well, yeah, let's talk about the Candy Cane, the Candy Man. You like him a lot better at home. This is where I want him too, and this is why we talked about this game. I could see runs and I couldn't because obviously this Brewers team can't hit a lick right now, but almost 100 ABs or just about. They got hitting 316 off Nola. We talked about it. The 176 off lefties, 224 off righties. This suits them better. I'm getting to my guy Hunter Renfroe, the guy we mentioned. He's 11 or 5 for 11. He's got 2 doubles. Doesn't have a homer. I just need a hit tonight. It's just over a bag. I need 1 hit out of him. He's hitting 260 this season. So, and 2 homers. He's kind of one of the only guys for the Brewers hitting. One guy I wanted to look at, Wong was 4 for 13. McCutchen was 3 for 11. But Yelich, the problem is he's hitting 204 with 1 homer and 7 RBIs, Sharpie. But he's got a good track record, 9 for 23, 2 doubles, a triple, and a bomb off Nola. So that was interesting, but he was 1.5 tonight, and I didn't want to roll with him there for the walks and hits. And that's a guy, maybe that's an under. It's how Nola, if Nola's dealing, I see Yelich getting nothing, but obviously he's hit well off him, like I talked about. And the other guy, the hottest guy I think in their lineup, Renfroe, 11 for 5, I had to take it. I think he get a knock here today, so I'm over on him just getting a B knock tonight for us. And we'll see. You talked about Nola better at night and at home. Sunday night baseball. These teams right now are so up and down. They're just so drastic. What's going to happen? Is it just going to be a 2-1, 3-1?
The Phillies are one of the worst defensive teams in baseball. Like,
exactly.
Yeah, you got to take that into account, bro. Like, some of these outs are going to be errors tonight because of how bad they are at defense. They sacrificed offense for defense. But a little bit on that Yelich, we got Yelich coming in. He's been bad this year, but he's 0 for last game after a 4-game hit streak. So I think it might be a Yelich spot today because I like those 0-fers when you were showing something and you said those good numbers. It might be a day where he does get a little knock today in my eyes.
I think so. It just was the 1.5. That was hits and walks, and then he wasn't a half for hits.
But see,
which is
like on Prize Picks, I don't like playing non-value things. And on my bookie, 2 plus bases is plus 112. So 1.5, guys, you're betting a plus money prop at an even money bet, guys. And you're not. That's not value. We don't really want that with Prize Picks. We want to either bet minus 110s or better. We want better because we're getting even money no matter what we put. These plus money things aren't giving us extra money on Prize Picks. So.
And there's just not enough like I said, just, a half a bag with, the guy's got to go over, basically, and not get a hit, which is possible how bad these Brewers have hit. But they've hit righties better. They've hit Nola better. Because when I looked at this, I'm like, this Brewers lineup, I want to fade them. I want to take the under on some of these hits, walks, the combos they have on Prize Picks. But I'm going to stay off. Hopefully, Renfroe get me a knock.
You will win money betting unders. Believe that.
Yeah.
You will win money betting unders, Steve.
On the fantasy and the Ks, I'm sure. Even the hit, I'm guarantee you will.
You'll be surprised how many times your pitcher has a good game and you miss by that half. or that one. It's just like,
Yeah, I know. For sure, man. Shout out to the chat, Sharpie. Got
shout him
Noli
out, bro. We
knows.
got Noli, bro. He
Get
mad
it.
that we won't give out sides and totals, you know. So he on the first 5 under in this game. He's like, what type of show doesn't do sides and totals? Bring on a spot for me. I said, man, you need to talk some props, Noli. You need to talk some props. But let's go Astros. I see you, Cab. I see you, Jay Peasy. I see you, Nicky Nick. My guy Trey Day. I
Trade
ain't
day.
got the smoke shirt on, but I'm still fucking smoking. So yeah,
Hell
smash the
yeah.
fucking like if you guys haven't. Hit the retweet, hit the share, all that good shit. Any good things to say yet before I tell them where we come from?
I'm good. Shout out, like you just said, all our guys in the chat. Hit the like button. Thanks for joining us. I don't blame Noli, but yeah, this is a props show. So we got to keep it props related. But I love it. But getting
Yeah,
to the
guys.
rest, I'm good.
Once
I think we
again,
broke this down. This game should be interesting.
go on
We
over to
saw,
Prize Picks.
yeah, get it,
Use
hit it.
promo code Pub Sports. First $100 match deposit on your $100 deposit, or up to $100. So use the whole hundo. We gave you our favorite plays. You don't got to play them all. Pick one, pick two, use your own. Make that cash. Tag us in your plays. Let's make some money. And when you cash them tickets, use that hashtag.
Yes.
We be pubbing!
Be pubbing.